Hello, and welcome, my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and crosswatchers. Welcome to our 8-card draw. What do we need read for this full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Virgo? August 2023. I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They're just my initials. I'm not bad. I'm just spelled that way. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 25 years in service. Gotta say, it's quite the accomplishment. I am the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, written in chakra chapters. There is a link in the description box to a Kindle version of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch with chakra chapters or chakras in this reading. That's why I mention it. The original version, though, because we had to tone down the original version for Kindle. Some of my subscribers get that over on Patreon. Can you imagine? Patreon.com/drawingthecircle. Wisest career move I have ever made. I love my Patreon, if I haven't mentioned it a billion times before. All of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common over on Patreon.com/drawingthecircle. They get a daily check-in with me pretty much every single morning when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link so they can literally chat with me about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, a little something to send us on our way. Smartest way for me to start the day, considering what I do for a living. Benefit number 2 that they get is access to all of the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. They're all soul contract relationship stuff. A lot of them are over an hour, and they're juggernauts. They also get, as the third benefit, a significant, extensive discount on private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings and all of that. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want to hang around for more deets on that. But I love it. It is the coolest thing I've ever done. About wisest decision for sure. Patreon, highly recommended to the creative types out there. We have 2 7-day free trials available. One for Seeker, our first level of subscription, and one for Human, our second. So you can check us out for a day, but buyer beware. Everyone who has tried the 7-day free option has stayed as a subscriber because we're doing really cool stuff over there. We also have a shop now. They gave us a shop, a digital shop, so you can literally don't even have to subscribe to shop in the store. Isn't that cool? Yeah, so click the link, check it out, sniff the menu, air signs that we are, and come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. It's just easier, 3 letters than all of that. Shall we? Let's do some explanation for the new Libras and crosswatchers, and then we will get to the divination. Feel free to jump ahead, but we are going to talk about the astrology for this rather tricky waning moon, full to new August 2023. So if you are new, welcome. An 8-card draw is just 1 card from 8 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about really absolutely anything, but we are fine-tuning it, as I said, to a 2-week period, a timed reading, not a timeless reading, but people have been watching them in the past during tricky times and seeing, oh wow, yeah, that's how it went, which is cool. We are looking at a rather interesting 2-week period. I am a Virgo, but I'm Venus in Libra. I have Venus in Libra, 3rd house, Leo rising. So of course I have a checklist. Of course I have a clipboard. Let's talk about this. We start at the full moon in Aquarius on Tuesday, August 1st. That is also Lammas or Lughnasadh, Loaf Mass, one of the 8 pagan Sabbats of the Wheel of the Year, and that's at 2:32 p.m. So a full moon on a high holy day, that's pretty powerful. When the moon rides at her peak, then ye hearts desire seek and enjoy it for a couple of days, because that's after a couple of days is when the releasing, the letting go, the shadow work, the alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, illusion to truth. We have the opportunity to do it in the language of spiritual alchemy. Surrendering, transforming, alchemizing the 3 atoms in between lead and gold on the periodic table of elements. so that you can travel a more golden timeline rather than a leaded one, bit by bit by bit over a 2-week period. I mean, you can wait for the last days, the 3 days before new moon, balsamic or dark moon, where it gets really intense. So this is a couple of stitches in time to save 9, if you will, getting us to that new moon. It's a tricky one, though, I will say, on Wednesday, August 16th, 5:38 a.m. Yeah, it goes new, but it also goes void of course at the exact same moment. And, you know, magic and intentional work during a void of course moon, it's a little meh. So if you can wait until the moon goes into Virgo at 7:14 p.m. on Wednesday, August 16th, 7:14 p.m. Eastern time. By the way, I am in New York. Got a better shot at that. In between those 2 dates, there are 2 things of note. Let's do the easier one. Luke Nasad Lamas, as I said, traditionally is August 1st or 2nd, depending on tradition, but we're looking for the astrological cross quarter of the day, which is when the sun is at 15 degrees Leo, right in the middle of it, and that happens on Monday, August 7th. I mention it because that's when I do my personal stuff. I'll do the group stuff on the traditional day, you know, like bank holidays and stuff like that. President's Day is rarely, you know, on the day of the president's birth or whatever. The other one, and this is the bit more serious one, Chiron. It's an asteroid. It's in your natal chart. It is the wounded healer, and it's going retrograde in the sign of Aries of all things. Already is in retrograde now. Will be in retrograde until December 23rd. Happy holidays! Considering that Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, ego, personality, the sense of self, and the child of the zodiac. So a lot of people are purging a lot of trauma from childhood because these wounds were written in before we incarnated, right? They're the challenges in the game to us on a personal level, particularly in Aries. But what do you think? That's not going to hit everyone on planet Earth? Yeah. So a very, very tricky 2 weeks. And I would say every waning moon until December 23rd might be that until it goes direct. But think about it. Then we have a happier inner child, right? Come the holidays-ish. So I guess that's about it for explanation, except to say it is a general read. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. A cross-watcher, here's an opportunity to help the Libra. You are cross-watching for release, let go, transform, live a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life in a more golden timeline. And because of quantum unity and all of that, if you apply some of this to yourself in prayer and spiritual practice, whatever, you won't just be serving the Libra you are cross-watching for, but all of the Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, including myself. So thank you in advance if you so choose. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the very best that I can to help anybody shift to a more golden timeline, if you will. Shadow work's not easy, was never meant to be, but it ain't much of a hero's journey without demons, dragons, vampires, and villains, and they've been showing up, and I've been staking vampires left, right, and center, so to speak. And the great thing about, you know, wooden stakes is after the vampires, you still got some left over. They work on humans, too. Thank you, Terry Pratchett. Good Omens Season 2. Binge watched the whole thing. I love them so much. So let's get into this gig. The shift from that explanation, which you have to do, and I'm glad to do for the new Libras and cross-watchers, to the divination, which I am destined to do, born to do in this life. That shift happens in the still point. So let's go there. Let's find that center of the scale that does not move. Here we go. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. Oh, here we go. Using the Caroline Mace archetype cards, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for us, Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. Beloved ones, what is the dominant archetype indicating the shadow work? The soul power being alchemized, developed from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, illusion to truth in the 8th chakra of the Libras and our cross-watchers this full to new. Ooh, the monk nun. Yay. Yay. I'll explain. All archetypes are neutral, meaning as whatever your history is with monks and or nuns, believe me, I know stories, depends, right? As horrible as it may be, is as wonderful as it is, as wonderful as it sounds, as horrible as it may be. Flying nun, or otherwise they like me. They really like me. Written on the card is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. I call that lead and gold. So the lead of the monk nun, negative judgment of the physical world, excessive piety. I've been there, particularly during the pandemic and what's going on in the world. I'm like, you can stay out there, thanks. But catch this. This is wonderful. This is a divine family archetype. This is about your spiritual power, your mystical power. The gold, selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. Hello. Yeah, I'm sure it was a monk and a nun in a past life. But remember, there's all different types of monks and nuns, right? There's Tibetan monks and nuns and all of that, right? Buddhist monks and nuns. So, throughout time, I'm sure we've incarnated being that sooner or later. So that's what's hovering over the head of the Libras and our cross-watchers here, sending down the codes to all the other chakras, shifting the electromagnetic field. So we attract and repel what we need to attract and repel, so we have the opportunity to no longer delay this alchemy, but that is our choice. We all have free will. So the next card, Daughters of the Moon, will cover the next 4 chakras down. Heart, throat is important. Willpower, choices, and decisions. Third eye and crown, spiritual, mental, willpower, choices, and emotional power. Because that's where the alchemy starts, right? That's where the choice is made in the internal world. Because that's where the shadow usually hangs out. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, and the cell tissue and the ancestral patterning, blah, blah, blah. Please take a nice deep breath. Takes a skill to make a shadow read fun. Still point. Goddesses override. As I call upon my beloved goddesses of air, the sign of Libra, powers of the East, please, beloved goddesses of cardinal and creative air, one card in clarity for us, Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading. What do we need to be aware of, internal, internal, to alchemize the monk nun, this full to new? Oh, well, it's an air card. 9 of Blades. The keyword written on the card in Daughters of the Moon Tarot is criticism. Now, I know you think, yeah, but wait, right? Negative judgment of the physical world with excess piety. Now, piety is the grace, one of the graces in the second chakra. It's about honoring one another, right? How we are all teaching and learning from each other, mostly on a sub and unconscious level, but to make that conscious, right? And it's key to, if you want to forgive anyone individually. Second chakra is also money, sex, and power. So you can see how with the monk nun that could be a little tricky. So we are definitely looking at a third eye thing here for sure, if we're going to give it a chakra of those 4. Because like the word criticism, but it also means like critical math, critical thinking, right? Critical care unit, right? Detail. So the 9 of Blades is certainly in traditional Rider-Waite based tarot. You see it all over the place, right? Well, I wouldn't sleep either with all that cutlery hanging over my head. Nope. Yeah, that'd be a little scary. So there might be some overthinking for an air sign. Oh, goodness gracious, what a shock. Said no one ever. Let's look at this from the outside in, looking at ourselves, or from the inside out, looking at people, places, and things, relationships in the physical world, including our relationship to ourselves, and that's key with this Chiron retrograde and Aries, like our self-esteem, who we want to be in this world, how we present ourselves, and our boundaries, and all of that. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My gods override. Using the mythic tarot, I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Libra, powers of the East, beloved gods of cardinal, creative, air, please. One card in clarity for us Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers who are watching this video, drawn to this reading. What do we need to be aware of? Outside in, inside out, masculine, yang dynamic to alchemize, the monk to nun, criticism on the inner, this full to new. Oh, how about the death card? How about Lord Hades? He's wonderful though. Really, don't fear the he's actually not the Reaper. He's the ender of pain, the god of transformation, husband of Persephone, and a really nice guy. When it is a major arcana card in a draw like this, it usually means all of the chakras in that zone. So I'm going to say your outside world is transforming and whose isn't, which of course would lead to perhaps negative judgment of the physical world. Now here's the thing, according to Matt Kahn, by the way, he's our last card down. We got 2 healing systems, Carolyn Mace and Matt Kahn. We got 2 tarot decks, they're both on the table, and 4 oracles here. Certainly with that criticism of the physical world, but Matt Kahn says judgment is just our opinion that something's not part of what? The divine plan, whatever you want to call it. I call it the plan for permanently peaceful people populated paradise planet Earth, because I'm pagan. So look, transformation in the outside world, that could easily be, look at me covering my solar plexus, that could easily be us looking out the outside world and go, what a shit show. Like, I'm not leaving the house. I don't have to. I could DoorDash anything here. Amazon, Themyscira now, right? And I work from home, right? I'm good with my cats. Thank you very much. I have the internet. I'll be fine. But that could also mean that we're going through a transformation. This is what shadow work is. It's the transformation of lead to gold. So whether going to or rising from ashes, lower 3 chakra intuition is probably going to be wiser than trusting everything that happens in the mind. The third eye, the Sanskrit name for the third eye is Ajna, 4 letters, A-J-N-A, and it translates into many things, but servant is the big one. So when the third eye becomes the master instead of the servant, when it takes over, things usually do not go well and tend to lean more towards the lead, but that's not a sin. That is just how it goes. That's the process of growth and evolution, right? When we get possessed by the shadow, if we don't deal with it, it takes us over. Our worst fears come to play. And as Course in Miracles does say, we're never upset for the reason we think, right? It's that we're thinking something that's not true, right? Abraham Hicks, right? If it's in alignment, it feels good, then you're high, your inner being aligns with it. I've studied a lot of different stuff over my very long career in magic, miracles, and mysticism. So whatever is transforming here, certainly I can understand the desire to pull back, right? But to really get into the gold, selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit, including your own spirit. There is only one spirit. There's only one of us incarnate here. I know it doesn't look that way, but that's how the ego sees it, the illusion of separation in play. So let's remove some obstacles with our first of 4 oracles, the Whispers of Lord Ganesha. Ganesh is the Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. And those obstacles we're talking about here are those 3 atoms in between lead and gold. Let's ask him what he says. Please take a nice deep breath. Ain't no junk in that trunk. And he loves me. Still point. Oh, Ganesh override. Thank you. As I call upon the beloved Lord Ganesh, God of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles, please, 1 card in clarity for us Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and drawn to this reading. What is your guidance, your grace, your loving, wise, powerful oracle message to help us remove the obstacles, those 3 atoms between lead and gold, alchemizing the monk nun archetype from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, criticism on the inner, death on the outer, this full to new. It's a decision. Libra, the scales. We're gonna have to weigh this one out, aren't we? This is Ganesh holding the mace, M-A-C-E, named Gada, G-A-D-A, and it is saying the power is ours. We're definitely looking at a throat chakra read here if we're gonna give it a chakra, because you get to spit, swallow, or chew, right? Nothing wrong with chewing if it's not, right? You know, you don't want to swallow something that's gonna hurt, right? But at the same time, shadow work's not necessarily easy. Well, it's simple. Love everything. Alchemize it. Forgive. Let go. Sure. Thanks. But it is rarely easy. It's simple, but not easy. So we're going to read this. Card number 31. And you know, there's a difference between a choice and decision. I say this a lot with my students. I go, choices, I'll have a cup of coffee or I won't. The choice will have a consequence. I will either wake up or slow down. But screw all this. I'm going to sell everything and go open a coffee store somewhere, right? Mal's Beans, that's not going to sound good. That's a life-changing decision. So, considering the death card is on the table, this might be a life-changing decision. Consider all your options to make an informed choice. I'm going to stick with that throat chakra dominant here. What exactly do you want in this situation? Are you satisfied with the way things are moving in your life? Ganesha is guiding you to know that your desires are within your sights. We just need to do the shadow work, right? Odds are in your favor. May they always blah, blah, blah. Hunger Games. The decision that is before you is either sticking with what you know or breaking out and trying something new. Now that's a challenge for a monk nun, for sure. This is a time for veering out into a new adventure or making a decision that deviates from your typical trend or habit. Ganesh will gift you with a greater understanding of who you are and what you are capable of creating. And I bet that's part of that 9 of blades on the inner, right? Showing you, giving you a clearer mental understanding of who we are. And what we're capable of creating. Cardinal means creative in the zodiac, the cardinal signs, cardinal air Libra, so creative thought. Zero in on a goal. Right? All those arrows converging to a central point. Zero in on a goal. Take the step to make the selection. You have worked hard and really evolved through your life lessons. Get ready for a change. I would say a total, partial or total transformation, like eclipses. Motivate yourself by taking time to rejuvenate. Okay. Treat yourself to simple things that bring you joy. Discover new activities that take you away from routine. As you move through your day-to-day schedule in new ways, create new thoughts. When Ganesha is holding the mace Gada, he is challenging you to be more decisive. I just had to do it this morning. Someone was being creepy and weird, and I had to put them in their place and say, I have boundaries and I'm a witch. Don't cross them. Yeah. Once you start being more strong-minded, you will create the opportunity to reflect on your longer-term goals and desires. So that's good. So you don't have to, my life purpose, right? No, you can focus in on one goal and take it from there. You'll be in a better position to plan ahead and ensure you achieve those goals. You benefit now from a newfound sense of confidence and are ready for a major change. Death card. You might consider travel to exotic places, further education, or a major career change at this point. This will expand your learning and development and grow your horizons beyond your immediate environment. With careful planning and a moderated approach, you will set yourself up for success now and moving forward into the future. Great. So this does make sense. Now look, you do have a decision to make. How in am I with this shadow work? If shadow work was comfortable, we would have been in nirvana thousands of years ago. We probably would have never fallen this far. But that's the game. If you want to play the game of humanity as an eternal soul and a divine being, you got to forget all that stuff. So the journey that's being paved here is like, we may not completely understand every detail as much as we want. No one's given guarantees. No one in the game has shown the whole picture because your brain tends to melt and explode. And then you look crazy. It's all one. It's all one. Ringing a bell on the side of the highway, right? The end is here, let alone near, right? So big decisions here. We got 4 down, we got 4 to go. The next 3, we're doing animal, vegetable, and mineral. I love that my guides switch it up pretty much every time I do a new series. So the Divine Animals Oracle for animal, the Magical Herb Oracle for vegetable, and the Crystal Oracle for mineral. And then we'll end with that Metcon healing mantra for cross watchers and the Libras, because these work. I write down all of these, my Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, both the 5 card draws new to full and the shadow reads full to new. So let's talk to the spirit animals and totems. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Totemic override. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems in the animal kingdom pantheon for us Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This feels different. Watching this video, drawn to this reading. Who walks with us? Who swims with us? Who flies with us? Who crawls with us? Giving us their guidance, their grace, their loving, wise, powerful oracle message to help the Libras and the crosswatchers alchemize the monk nun from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, illusion to truth. This full to new. The butterfly soul is the key word. The word Psyche, P-S-Y-C-H-E, a goddess who ended up married to Eros, who's one of my gods of Libra. There we go. And her myth is featured in the bookie book, The Divine Animals Oracle, by Stacey DeMarco. I love a name. But it is also the word for the soul in Greek. So butterfly and soul, same word, psyche, and that's where we get psychology from and all of that. Oh, neat. I'm into it. Card number 28. And of course, we know with the butterfly, there are 4 stages of evolution. Egg, caterpillar, cocoon, and butterfly, which is a process of death and rebirth. So I'm seeing some consistency here, a through line in our reading, my Libs. So I'm just going to read you the first part, the verbal description, and then the magical application. Card number 28, Butterfly, the soul. To experience our full selves, we often go through a difficult period of transformation and growth. Death card, lower 3 chakras. There we go. Great. Trust what you feel. We all have stages to pass through in life, and not all are easy. Look ahead to where you wish to be, not where you have been. Isn't that kind of sort of what Ganesh is saying too with decision, right? Self-trust and the trust of your partner are necessary for a positive relationship. Okay, that brings a relational thing here. So, you know, if you're dealing with another person one-on-one, it didn't say partners, like business partners or like family members. This sounds like a one-on-one. May not be for everybody in this reading, though. Butterfly magic is the key to growth and transformation of the soul. Going through trauma or difficulty helps reveal our true self and grow into the full magnificence of the soul itself. Ease doesn't always mean growth there, because, you know, ain't that the truth of it, right? Like, the ego is just the soul in its leaded form, right? It is the egg, not the butterfly, and this is the journey. When you need help moving from one life stage to another, then butterfly magic can be useful, although patience is often needed to embody change fully. Yeah, it does take a lot of free will and a lot of patience. When you require a dose of beauty, hope, and lightness of spirit, and a reminder to live your life to the full, then butterfly energy can be just the thing. And they're everywhere. I grow plants specifically in my garden outside for the flutterbys to butterfly and the butterflies to flutterby. Yeah. Oh, we got some bronze, what is that? Bronze fennel out there. We got all sorts of sorts. They love me. And flat leaf parsley. Apparently I got Italian butterflies. Well, it's Long Island. Why wouldn't it be? Okay, I like this a lot for us. I mean, obviously, you could be in service to someone in that monk nun role, whether you consider yourself that or not, right? You've got to wear the robes and the habit. It's a hard habit to break. Those things are highly starched. But this could be absolutely in service, maybe to be in service of your own decision coming from your soul, helping yourself as well as others transform, you know? And remember, death isn't always about literal physical death, right? It is about a transformation. It's the 13th card in the major arcana in most tarot decks, and that's not the last card. That would be the World, which we often think of as a celebration and a graduation. So, the next two cards we're going to get from the Magical Herb Oracle and the Crystal Oracle. Both will be coming from my archangelic lineage, Archangel Ariel. You'll hear it in the prayer. Please take a nice deep breath. This is so much fun. Still point. Ariel, override. Using the Magical Herb Oracle, I call upon my beloved Archangel Ariel, the Archangel of Lyons, the Archangel of Wealth, the Archangel of Nature, one of the Archangels of the Earth. Hands the Magical Herb Oracles for our vegetable kingdom here. Please, beloved one, what is your guidance, your grace, your loving, wise, powerful oracle message using the Magical Herbs Oracle to help us alchemize the monk to nun, from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love when you hear this, illusion to truth, this full to new, detox. D to the E to the T to the O to the hold it. X, dandelion. See, people be like killing those things. They're really good for your liver. Little dandelion goes a long way. Just, you know, take the weekend off if you're gonna start drinking dandelion tea, because that ain't fun. Liver detox ain't fun. I've done all sorts of oh, try the Arise and Shine cleanse. Ooh, bentonite and psyllium shakes. Yay. I'm just gonna read the oracle meaning. This thing has recipes in it for spells and whatnot. I need the magnifying glass for this itty bitty font. Detox. I'm gonna have that stuck in my head all day long. Oracle meanings. There is a great power and vitality to be found in letting go. It's a shadow read. Your daily routine or something that you keep doing the same way needs to change. Now, isn't that, again, what Ganesh was talking about? It's like, get out of your routine. Make some choices. Shake things up a little bit. A far better future is promised if you will just let go and trust in the power of walking away. From what? From who? From where? General read. Room needs to be made for what you want to come into your life. This is why I do these readings. New ideas, healing, and growth are just around the corner, but you need to release, cleanse, and be ready to accept. Forgive and forget. Easier said than done. It's time to move on. Well, ain't it just? And so, you know, when you're coming, the ego has certain, well, we call them desires, but it just wants to survive. It'll survive at all costs. Your ego will call you horrible things in order for it to stay in power. I guess we see that playing out in the world. So, you know, the soul doesn't do any of that. The soul is just like, hey, it's fine, right? So the detoxing, the releasing of these three atoms, the alchemy in and of itself here is there. And the soul, it's not like your soul's going anywhere, right? The soul, the ego is not the enemy. It's the lead. So it is literally crying to be alchemized, to be loved, to be healed, but it resists like crazy, right? Like a baby, right? So again, this Chiron and retrograded Aries, I mean, it's going to make it a lot simpler, I think, but not necessarily easier. We may find ourselves tantruming here and there. So interesting, a detox with the help of the butterfly energy of the soul, but it's your decision. It's our decision. So, let's get our last oracle down, and then we'll get that mantra. The Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno, as I said, under the purview of my beloved Archangel Ariel. Please take a nice deep breath. Big exhale. Deep inhale. Still point. My beloved Archangel Ariel, using the Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. Beloved one, please. What is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your powerful oracle message for the mineral kingdom, the element of earth sliding across the table. Okay, this one's probably going to be about order or disorder. What is your guidance, your grace, your powerful oracle message to help the Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs, and cross watchers watching this video drawn to this reading? Alchemize, the monk to nun, from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, illusion to truth, this full to new, petrified wood. It's wood that got so scared and, Medusa'd itself. Petrified wood. This is about standing the test of time. Didn't I just practically open right to it? Standing the test of time. Transformation. What is that? The third time? The fourth time that's happened in this reading? And strength, right? True wisdom stands the test of time because it stems from the eternal part of nature. The soul. We got double whammies all over this thing. A magical transformation is about to occur through an unexpected turn of events. This is all the result of the strength and commitment you have long shown towards something you truly believe in. It will soon be time to accept your reward, knowing you were right after all. And what is an air sign like more than being right after all? The strength and commitment you have shown for so long will serve you well. Many who have until now either ridiculed you or attempted to discredit you will all of a sudden want to jump to your side. And I got 2 words for that. Vaffanculo. Yeah, those are the only words I know in Italian from my family. It is possible to stand firm in your beliefs, yet also show compassion towards others. Yeah, all right. Fine. I swear to God, lose some weight, change your hair color, and every result in getting a YouTube channel, and all of a sudden, oh, how the worm doth turn. So, I like this reading. I mean, it's not easy, but it is kind of simple, right? What we want is on its way to us, actually, because monks and nuns don't run all over the place, right? They are cloistered. They are monasteries. So this feels very predominantly, particularly with the butterfly of the soul, for us to go through those stages. So, feel where you are in that as you go over the 2-week period. Are you egg? Are you you're in caterpillar when you just start eating everything. Air signs, you start reading everything. You can't get enough. It's voracious, right? And then you got to integrate it. And, do some research as to what goes down in the cocoon, how the caterpillar turns into the butterfly. It ain't pretty. Ends up pretty, though, because there is a detox here, obviously. Better detox than retox. Coming at you with a slow verse. We've stood the test of time, right? There's our integrity in there and our strength. That is allowing this transformation to happen. I just don't think this is a horrible, horrible thing. But one last card, the Matcon Healing Mantra. Crosswatchers, heads up. Do the mantra, right? That's one way that you can bring yourself into alignment, do whatever healing, whatever releasing is indicated here, which would automatically, holographically, through quantum entanglement with the Libra you're watching for, including myself, do the same. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Master Override. Yeah, this just got serious. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of the General Assembly, please, beloved ones, one card in clarity, the perfect healing mantra for us Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs, and crosswatchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, the perfect healing mantra to help us alchemize the shadow to light, the lead to gold, the pain to peace, the toxic to healthy, the fear to love, the illusion to truth. Of the monk-nun archetype in the 8th chakra, 9 of blades, criticism on the inner, death on the outer, removing obstacles by decision with the butterfly magic of the soul, detoxing with dandelion, and standing the test of time, standing our ground in this transformation, really in our strength, this full to new. Embodying my soul. I have a right to be excited. Now, I did feel that serious. Now, that's the thing. When it comes to, it's like, well, this feels different. empathically, intuitively, whatever, then it really is saying that it's not going to necessarily be so hard, but that you have a right to be excited. But you got to go through the process. Like, you can be excited as you want for cake, but if it's still batter in the bowl, right, you got some process to do there. And interestingly enough, the process that turns cake batter into cake is the process of alchemy. It takes time, it takes heat, and it takes pressure. Get baked? I don't know, you do you. It's legal where I live. So, I'm going to read this from the Matt Kahn's Bookie book here. Oh, opened right to it, embodying the soul. I have a right to be excited and to party. When your soul is embodied, there's the soul, butterfly, you are grateful to be alive. You are aware of life as a precious opportunity to experience the frequency of your own light through the unique attributes, characteristics, and senses of a person. In other words, you are part of the immortal, eternal unity of spirit that manifested a soul that takes a linear journey through all of your lifetimes, including this one. Can you imagine? You're soaking in it, right? Your higher self experiences all of that simultaneously, the ultimate multitasking. So this is the thing. It's like you're embodying the soul, and it's like, I can't get it wrong. I'm going to survive all of this, because we do. As your soul becomes embodied, you are elated to be part of life's cosmic play, no matter how bad things may seem. This mantra is ideal for developing courage, finding your inner voice, and feeling safe in your body, all by your decision, all by our decision. So, we're going to put this together in a bless summation, a combination of the word blessing and summation. We came up with it over on Patreon, and it's stuck in my third eye like crazy glue. And then we'll talk about readings and stuff like that if you want to hang out for the end, because I got to release you all some way, and any residual goofy will, I'm sure, present itself as part of the purification process. Dandelions, please take a nice deep breath. Last time. Still point. Pantheonic override. And we end as we began, as I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine. For us, Libra collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and drawn to this reading, may we be blessed with all that we need, this full to new. To alchemize the monk nun with selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit, the immortal, the eternal, the divine aspect of us, maybe by giving it the critical care and focus, particularly if we should find ourselves trapped in negative judgments of the physical world with excessive piety, as we're all going through some form of transformation, the alchemy itself, the going to ashes, the rising from wherever we may be in that, and removing obstacles by our own decision to maybe change our schedule a little bit, get a little out of our routine, see things differently, allow new thoughts to come in. Certainly with the transformation of the soul, whether we are egg, caterpillar, cocoon, or already in butterfly, it is certainly the soul that is propelling us forward in the golden timeline more towards love and truth and health as we detox with the power of dandelion magic, standing our ground with the test of time under our feet as we transform, as we embody our soul, because we have the right to be excited. So may we be blessed with all that we need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to alchemize our shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, illusions to truth, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world in the golden timeline of our lifetimes, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. Underworld Catwalk. It's the name of the music. Janet Grace. She's making an album with these. And she wants to write music, and I'm going to sing on the album. It sounds like it could be fun. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, so if you like the music, hit the thumbs up. And if you like the reading, if you felt this clicked for you, please do hit the thumbs up, because Libras need to see this, and their cross-watchers need to know what's going on, I would think. And certainly if you want more of me, a deeper dive, come play channel on Patreon. I just can't recommend it enough for creative types like myself. I mean, it saved me. I mean, I was crashing and burning there for a while, putting out a lot of content not getting the support I needed from the algorithms, right? No, there are no algorithms on Patreon. You sign up for one of my levels of subscription, you get everything on that level of subscription since the day I started that level of subscription, because we've added someone since we started. All of my patrons get the daily check-ins. I love doing them. You can 7-day free trial as a seeker or human. You get those, as well as all of my subscribers get the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s, all that soulmate, contract, twin flame, true love stuff. Juggernauts, I'm telling you, most of them are over an hour of the extended readings. But all of my subscribers also get that extensive discount on private sessions and readings with me, which the 7-day free trialers will get once they get to day 8, when they're no longer free trial. That's only fair. And I love it. I highly recommend it. It is my favorite thing. We have a store now. You can go and buy the original PDF of Words of Grace from a professional, which the Kindle version's lovely. I kept them the same price. I didn't want to undercut Amazon. They might come for me. I don't need that in my life, right? But you certainly can do that. You can shop. I just love it. So check it out. Just click the link, check the menu, and come play you out on Patreon with the Angelo Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can just call me Mal. And if you want to book me for one of them, they are private sessions, a spiritual counseling or a reading. Sometimes we do both. Sometimes we do a half hour of power. There is a video in the description box that I made for the 25th anniversary when I finally raised my prices after 25 years, called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. Explains everything in about 11 minutes. It's a fun video. I say over and over again, I've never turned anybody away because of lack of money, and I never will, because I'm pretty sure the gods would snatch away my intuitive skills overnight if I did that, maybe even faster than overnight. But is also on my website, drawingthecircle.com. There's a store usually somewhere over here, depending on where you're looking on your screen, and if you click on that, it'll take you to the store. Who would have ever thought? And you'll see lots of stuff on there, but you will see one that says reading packages and spiritual counseling. Click on that. You'll see there's a bar chart on there. I'm a Virgo, so you'll see what the prices are and all of that, including the extensive discount, what that's all about for my patrons. So thank you so much for watching, Libras. I mean, this does not shock me, this reading, at all, but we have a right to be excited, and that mantra has showed up in my sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs, one of them, for the past couple of months. So I write them down, I track them, and they seem to be working for me. So the proof is in the pudding, and I am a tasty, but not a hasty pudding. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed. Go do the shadow work. You got this, and reach out if you need help. I'm here. Heal. Hail. Farewell. And blessed be.